What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and today DSP has admitted the Down from the Rafters WWE Champions account is his. This did not come from a detractor leak or someone hacking into his account. This came directly from the mouth of Darkside Phil. So in 2023, we had on Side Scroller's interview, yes, I still play WWE Champions, but would not provide the name of the account, would not provide any proof that he was not down from the Rafters. 2024, gassed up by Kino Casino, DSP admits himself, without anyone forcing him to do it, that the Down from the Rafters account is his. But there's a catch with that. That is right. He said at one point he sold it. Now we'll get into that. The consequences potentially for him admitting for being down from the Rafters and how people reacted to it. So first off, it looks like June the King has a huge hit on his hands as the eternal downfall of Darkside Phil has reached 500,000 views after 2 days. And a whole lot of eyes are all on Darkside Phil right now, especially with everything that's in this documentary. And that is right, guys. Everyone's reporting it right now. DSP Gaming has admitted to being down from the Rafters. Now, one of the things that was exposed in June's documentary is that all those fundraisers, Save the House, Pay the Back Taxes, all that stuff, were scams by Darkside Phil. He would take the money and use it on other things. And when June was making this documentary, he would go to Phil if he had any questions or found contradictions. And June showed screenshots in the documentary of Phil admitting that the funds did not go to what it was raised for, such as back taxes and Save the House. So the whole time, when he was saying, guys, I need to save the house, guys, I need to pay my back taxes, guys, I need money to buy these games, I need money for pet supplies, guys, if you don't give me money, I'm pretty effed, I'll have to eat lunch meat sandwiches. The whole time, he was taking people's money that they thought was being raised for his house, for his bills, everything like that, and using it on WWE Champions. And we have Mirrored Entity, the Honest Man, the Honest King. Philip Burnell admits everything that was known by detractors once again. Wow, shocker. And guess what, idiots? He wants you to believe he sold the account. Remember, he's being truthful and honest now. LOL, trust him, you suckers.
There never was an issue with any of this. Never. And then all of a sudden, somehow, someone had discovered that there was a WWE Champion's name of my name. And guess what it is someone who had played the game, knew how the accounts worked or whatever, and they did money, and they said, he spent thousands of dollars on the game, right? Based on some calculation that they had made. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what it is, because I don't watch my detractors shit, okay? And I'm not here to tell you I didn't spend money on the game. I absolutely have spent money on WWE Champions, okay? A good amount of money on WWE Champions over the years. I'm here to fess on this, right? This is the big moment, correct? What ended up happening was, basically, my detractors, seeing that there was this names that said they call me DSP and had spent money in the game, went on this insane stalker spree, basically trying to get me like banned from the game. Basically, after all that happening, I was fed up and I was like, I wonder, is there a way around this? Is there a way that I could just like protect my identity in the game? Well, the game doesn't let you change your name. All right. So I did actually at one point, I reached out to the people who ran the game and I said, is there a way we could change my name so that no one would know that I'm this person? And then they stop harassing everyone around me. Because listen, I want to keep playing your game. I've invested time and money into it, but I can't. Everywhere I go, these people are harassing and doxing everywhere I'm involved in. So the company, you know, who owns the game, who makes the game, said, yeah, we can see if we can change your name or whatever. Okay. So I can't remember the exact specifics of how it all went down. All right. But to make a long story short, They are so dumb. All right. I explained to them, the timing of everything. Like, here's how you do it. What I will do is I will quit a faction that I'm in. All right. You change my name when I'm out of a faction. Now there's no way to track me because no one knows where I am. Then I could join a new faction. Okay? Great. They idiotically changed my name before the time we had agreed to. So everyone saw the name change. Because it's kind of what my detractors have always said. All right? Now I'm going to tell you the part of the story absolutely nobody fucking knows whatsoever. All right? As of today, I don't have any control or ownership of that account anymore. All right? I sold it. At the times when I was like desperate for money and shit was going down, I sold the account. All right? And you might say, well, how is that possible? Right? Well, you may not think it's possible because technically you shouldn't be able to sell an account, but I actually just alluded to this on a stream the other day. And I was wondering if anyone was going to pick up on this. But no one seems to have picked up on it. Okay? So the reason I knew you could sell an account was because when I was really, on the original account, before I'd even changed my name, all right, there was another group in the game, and they were called, like, the Haven, all right? And they were one of the top factions in the game. And one of the leaders of the Haven was retiring from the game after, like, 2-3 years of playing it. And they announced this publicly, we're retiring or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he retires. He publicly announces he's retiring, yet his account is still active. It's still being used in events. People are fighting against this account in events. Like, wait a minute, the guy retired. He made a big public thing about it. So how the hell is his account still working? So people knew that basically you could I don't have ownership of it. I have nothing to show you to prove that, they'd call me DSP, and then the names that change, that last name was down for the Raptors. I can't show you anything. Okay? I mean, you got morons in the chat, really morons in the chat. Show proof of sale. You really think right now I'm going to open up a PayPal account and show you anything? I'm going to open up a bank account and show you anything? You're an idiot. No one would believe it anyway. They just say I photoshopped it, or you know what I mean? I lied about this, I lied about that, right? So it's this simple, all right? You can believe my story or you cannot, all right? Here's what I will tell you. I still have the game, all right? But I don't have it on that phone. I have it on my current phone. It's my personal account. That's a brand new account. Not brand new because I've been using it for a while. I've had this phone for a while. But you guys didn't know that because I never told you. This is not an iPhone. All right? I've had this phone for a while. And this is what I do everything on now for the business. And I have some mobile games on here. It's my personal shit. And it's my right to own my own personal shit. And if I want to play games and stuff on it, I fucking can. All right? That's my right. So I've never had, I haven't had that account on an iPhone for a while. You know what I'm saying? It sucks because every time people call me out and I'm like, well, maybe I could prove, I can't prove it. I don't own it. I have no ownership over it. I have no way to do anything. And just to let you guys know, all right, I have an iPad from ages and ages and ages ago. All right. It didn't work. Last night, I plugged it in, I charged it to 100%. I spent an hour trying to get back on the iPad. I got the iPad working. I said, holy shit, maybe if I use the old ass information, I'll have a back door into the account. So I can bring it up tonight and show you guys on stream, here's the account, and it's not mine anymore, but here it is. Guess what? The iPad is so outdated, it doesn't run WWE Champions. You download the latest compatible version, and when you go to play it, the game just crashes.
Well, I find it very funny. While he's saying all that BS, in the background, he has a sign that says game over. And just in case you think, well, he never said by name what the account was. Well, here you go.
Ready? Admission number 1. Yes, the They Call Me DSP account in WWE Champions is my account. Okay? That's admission number 1. It is. It always was. Okay? Now, it was very stupid of me to name it They Call Me DSP. You might say, why was he so dumb to name that account that. Because when I opened it in 2017, when the game launched, I didn't think anyone was going to ever give a fuck about my...
He then went on to say that he went to Scopely, asked them to change the name, which they did, because he wants to continue to spend money on their game. And of course, just like Phil and OIC, Scopely did not want to lose a whale. He also went on to say that Down from the Rafters was his idea, he named it. Now the domino effect from this will be very interesting. Then we have this from Duty. Phil not only admitted to lying about WWE champions, but he inadvertently admitted the bank leaks were true.
Over hundreds of dollars that had been there. Were those your transactions?
No.
So those were not tied to you at all?
No. Those, okay, the bank leaks. Now we have to get into the identity theft thing, okay?
Well, let's just talk about the bank leaks first.
Well, they're tied to that.
Okay.
You know what I mean, like, they go hand in hand. Those bank leaks...
Explain it then.
Sure, the bank leaks are not accurate. Those are not... That is not my account.
So it's the person who took your identity was spending money on the Apple Store?
No, that's not my account at all. Whatever
So-
that is not me. That's fabricated. Or it's someone else's account. I don't know whose. But that's not my account that was leaked. I've had a lot of issues that happened with identity theft that same summer, but they use that to run with some kind of this crazy conspiracy theory and say that was me, and it's not.
So you're saying, just so we're on the same page, you're saying that this account that is not yours, that had thousands of dollars of fees to the Apple Store consistently, that are these amounts just happen to tie to exact amounts in the game that we're talking about, WWE Champions, and it's a game that you also play. Just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
You're saying that is not your account at all, and they were unsuccessful in hacking your bank account.
They did not hack my bank account. They did not have access to my bank account.
It seems awfully convenient.
And
You're
we're
right.
just
No,
right.
that's not awfully. I have a history of spending money on mobile games. I've already admitted it. Okay, everything that I said in that segment on stream was a lie. Literally every time someone asked me about WWE champions, I lied. Every single fucking time. Because to me, my personal spending, things I was doing off stream, was no one's business. Okay? And every time someone brought it up, I'm like, this is so stupid. This is dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I just lied to get it out of the way. And I tried so hard for so long to lie about it, to get people to just forget about it. But I forgot. Well, not really forgot, but I definitely
Then another thing DSP talked about was during his bankruptcy, the judge was flooded with emails and calls from detractors trying to expose him. And they had a second meeting, and they went over everything in his bank accounts, and he was proven innocent. Now, one thing about that is a problem for Phil. Apparently, according to Meth Bear, if there's a second meeting, it has to be public record. Otherwise, there is huge consequences. And Meth Bear puts this out. DSP is lying about a second meeting with the trustee where he explained everything line by line. His bankruptcy docket only shows the 341 meeting at item 16. A second, non-public meeting is not listed, is prohibited, and violate the rights of creditors. And then Pixar put this up. So this is directly from Scopely with their TOS. You are prohibited from using our services for commercial purposes, i.e. streaming. You are prohibited from renting, selling, gifting, or giving away your account or account related information. You are prohibited from selling or transferring prizes or rewards obtained in connection with the services to any other person or entity. So when he says, oh, I sold it to a third party, or I sold it to another person, that is against TOS. So Down from the Rafters potentially could be shut down because they violated this TOS. And then DSP put this out on Twitter. I have confessed everything about WWE champions, so get the story here. I'm sorry for years of lying and understand if you think less of me. And then Broside Phil adds on to that. No, This apology is hollow without explaining where the vest money, save the house money, and really all your tip money goes. You are a horrendous human, Phil. And that's the thing too, is it wouldn't matter what he put his money into if he didn't beg his audience to pay his bills, to save his house, and guilt trip them into financing his whole life. Then keep this in mind. Sir Yulene, here's the most recent WWE Champions related Discord post. If DSP is believed, he at best sold his account sometime in mid 2020. And we have a Discord post from They Call Me DSP, which we now know 100% this is Darkside Phil. Hey, appreciate the convo, but likely you won't want me on your faction, as trolls who think I'm some streamer are stalking me and will likely flood your Discord. That's what got me kicked from my last faction, and why nobody will pick me up. Now, Trigger Point adds on to this very, very nice detail. Phil was awarded his Chapter 7 bankruptcy 3 days before this post, which opens up bankruptcy and tax fraud as well. Because remember, he didn't have anything of value that wasn't business related. And also, he said in his bankruptcy call, one of the things he used as tax write-off were microtransactions in games. I wonder, the $5,000 a month expenses, could they be microtransactions in, I don't know, let's say WWE Champions? And then Trigger Point, gotta hand it to PPP and Andy Worski. They pumped DSP's ego up so much, he has admitted to bankruptcy and tax fraud tonight. And then it opens up the whole can of worms. He's already paying his back taxes still. Now, what if they go back and they audit all those years where he says he had that WWE Champions account? And Trigger Point simply puts, the IRS is gonna love this. And we have In and Outer Place. I love that DSP reveals he is down from the rafters. His chat is full of filtered the detractors type comments for the people who give him money, while he pleaded poverty and spent $5K a month on mobile games. We got Bread and Sausage. Damn, when you listen to DSP's admission to being down from the rafters, it sounds even worse as when you just read it here. His honest fans had to feel insanely betrayed. Even I somehow feel betrayed. He literally thought he could scam them without notice, almost word for word. This asshole. Then we have Evil AJ, the creator of This Is How You Don't Play, the guy that Phil blames everything for, including his income going down. LOL, so Phil effing lied to Craig's face that the WWF account is not his during the interview. Yeah, this should be a very interesting interview of Craig after all this came out. We got fun facts about DSP. Phil sold his WWE Champions account. The same guy who lies to protect his family sold his account with all his personal information to a stranger because you can't change the email address or info link to the account. And the guy who's too paranoid to sell things on eBay or even drive 45 minutes to Seattle to sell his collectibles that he never had during bankruptcy, by the way, at a pawn shop. Think about that. Just think about that. We got Banana Jones. Strange that the Down from the Rafters account still lines up with DSP's tips and is with his schedule. Then we have 2 quotes here from DSP. I sold that account. And also, I can't prove it now. Poems Josh. Pretty sure the process of selling accounts through websites online doesn't happen without emails or receipts, Phil. And it's pretty amazing that he'll fess up to being down from the rafters, but he has to lie even when he's telling the truth. And we have Duty. 3 things from Phil's WWE Champions admission. 1. He admitted to lying about everything related to WWE Champions. 2. The lie would extend to the bank leaks. And by the way, too, June made one little mistake, is he did the WWE Champions portion, then the vest portion, then the bank leaks. So DSP thought the WWE Champions segment was all done. He didn't even get to the bank leaks yet. And the way June correlates everything together, he's gonna lose his mind. Cause he said, still the bank leaks are not his, and they cannot prove it. Wait till he gets to that section about the bank leaks in June's doc. 3. Even if he's telling the truth about selling the account. The bank leaks show he spent at least $50K on the game. And we have Otter. So how do we go from my lawyer has told me not to talk about WWE champions to I am/was down from the rafters in under a month? Is that Keno Casino money, dudes? Then we have TJ Gamebox, who's at the center of this whole WWE champions. He was interviewed by June the King. Let me check Twitter before heading oh, okay. Phil is down from the rafters, but sold account. True or not, he didn't sell it. 1. Why didn't you show Craig previously? 2. Why lie to your wife about mobile games? 3. Why continue to play? 4. What's the new account? 5. Why did you spend thousands and claim broke before 2021? Last time tagged to play a game as down from the rafters if selling is true. 6. Why ban all those pay pigs, cause all they did was mention the game then? It makes sense if you don't think about it. Yeah, so what TJ is saying here is that Phil claimed he sold the account, but then started up a brand new account, and then started up a brand new account after that for his streaming. So why would you sell that after putting all that money in it to a stranger, and you're paranoid about all your information getting out there, by the way, and then immediately start up a new one, put money into that, and then start up a new one so you can stream it online for your viewers and put money into that? None of this makes sense at all. You had one chance, Phil. One chance to come clean, put it all out there, and see if your viewers will still support you. And that, I'll give you a spoiler right now. No matter what he does, he's always going to have that core audience that's going to support him no matter what. Those are the real degenerates, the sycophants. They don't care what he does with his money, doesn't care if he scams people, because it's his money. However, people outside that core audience could dwindle, could be exposed to all these new eyes on him because of the June doc. It'll be quite the domino effect, especially if the IRS gets involved. They start auditing his previous years. And how funny would it be if, because he said he sold the account, Scobly goes, oh, now we don't have our pay pig Phil under that account. They violated TOS, let's just delete that account. He would be pissed. Then we have Meow Block. Imagine accepting money from people like Jade while straight up manipulating and lying to them about needing help financially just so you can fuel your mobile game addiction. DSP deserves every bit of negativity that comes his way. Then we have that being said. Even if you believe his story, which requires head trauma to do, Philip admitted to scamming his audience by asking them to hashtag save the house, hashtag smash the taxes, etc. for years. If you don't believe his story, which requires a brain, he's still doing this to this very day. And Duty, after the Side Scrollers interview, Phil claimed he was going to send Craig a screenshot of his WWE Champions account, but Craig said forget it. What screenshot were you going to send him? A doctored one? We have Otter. Phil said last night he's not an e-beggar anymore because he's learned over the past few years that's not how to get people to support. 6 weeks ago, he was begging for $30 for a game. As soon as the current streak ends, he'll be back doing it. And Poems Josh. Everything I said was a lie. Think of it like this. Why would I lie about this? Two statements made about the same thing. We have Mr. Views. Dude can't even set up a plug and play for PC or use an electric screwdriver. I don't think he has the mental ability to sell an account online. That is 100% true. We have Chompy. So I have questions. 1. Why did DSP sell the WWE Champions account only to make another one to start from scratch when the old account got a name change? 2. Why did he casually suggest he's willing to backdoor access the sold account that now belongs to someone else? Yeah, that sounds very much like the RTUJ situation, just saying. We have Loco Slam. So selling WWE Champions account, that's what we're going with? Instead of just telling the truth and letting it set you free? Okay. Poems. Philip Burnell is now admitted liar, scammer, and defrauder. Philip Burnell is also the man who told you repeatedly what he tells you is the only truth. Have fun, Dents. People tried to tell you. And we see a photo from The Simpsons. Don't forget, you're here forever. We have Hate Army, bruv. Tonight, DSP showed as many receipts for his I sold the account lies as he did more than a year ago on Side Scrollers when he said, "It's not me," which is exactly 0 receipts. And JG Win has a very funny thought here. So does that mean Timbo ended up going to bankruptcy 3 times for DSP's mobile games? We have a video of the Joker laughing. Then I pointed this out. I caught this very early on. I want to point out, he said he has a new phone with business stuff and some mobile games, as in plural, which means he has multiple different mobile games on that phone. Knowing Phil, he's probably paying for them all too. And also I put this out, I wonder what Jordan thinks about right now. And we have Meerkat. He lied to Craig for 5 hours and then slandered him. I laughed my ass off. This guy might actually be king. The dominoes effect from this admission is so good. Just look back at all the times he slandered anyone and was lying through his stroked out mouth and crooked yellow teeth. Imagine all the people DSP banned because they said he played WWE Champion and was down from the rafters. We have Onison's dead career, but he said he sold it 5 years ago, but down from the rafters name change was in 2022, LOL. And then this is a very interesting point that I said here. Everyone else has said this as well because everyone caught on to this. Remember, he said he sold his account and then started a new personal one. So DSP, if you sold the WWE Champions account, what account were you going to show Craig? Why did you say recently that your personal account of WWE Champions you've been playing for 7 years straight? And also I put this out. Now keep in mind, the only reason he's admitted to being down from the rafters is because he thinks he's doing a redemption arc and it's only going up from here. He thinks he has this new audience that will stick with him forever. He's so gassed up by Kino, he believes nothing can stop his momentum. But what happens when Kino arc ends and your core audience is in shambles? The Kino audience will be gone and you won't be able to ever use the excuses used in the past ever again because your ego is so sky high right now. And then Meerkat with the biggest mic drop moment for a group of people who always lie. The trolls have consistently told the truth. And that's where we're at right now. He's getting ready to do his interview with Craig after all this came out. I had a plan to do all the other topics that happened today, but this is a much bigger story. I'll probably do the other topics such as Ethan Ralph going after DSP in another video. So hope you guys like that. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details of the end cards, and as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.